Scars. Most people have at least one or two of them, they're cool, they're badass, and in real life you only get them for the stupidest reasons ever. So today we will explore my body for the coolest... What was that? Oh, you horny fuck! Now, as I was saying, I do happen to have a few scars in my possession, one of them being right here. You probably can't see it because it's very small, but this is it. Essentially what happened here is that I think I accidentally cut myself. I'm not exactly sure what the initial wound was, but I kept scratching it open. So it formed the scar. That's about it. It's very boring actually, so if you want stuff like that, just keep scratching your wounds open. Don't do that actually, I'm not a medical professional and that is very counterintuitive to healing your wounds, so don't do that, but if you want that, do it, but don't do it. Next up is a bigger but not less any stupid one. It is right here. You might actually be able to see it in the right light. I don't know, YouTube somewhat changes the quality and the lighting of the video, but it's right here. Maybe you can see it. If not, this is it. Essentially what happened, we do have like these IKEA beds and they happen to have very sharp frames. It's not this bed is safe, but I was sitting on a bed and I was sitting on the edge of the bed and there was like this kind of guard so your feet are not eaten by demons at night. And essentially I tried to sit down and accidentally scratched my arm along the edge of the bed, and it was like a sharp edge because it was cheap wood and it just tore my arm open. Great. It didn't bleed a lot, but the skin underneath was kind of white. It wasn't bone. It wasn't bone. Probably, no, it definitely wasn't bone, but it was like the whole first layer of skin just peeled off. And yeah, it did take a lot of time to heal and I had to like have a bandage around my whole ass arm for 2 or 3 weeks. And that was not nice. That was very ouch. Much ouch. Number 3 is the actually most stupidest scar I have. Probably the most stupidest scar I have if in a ranking of stupid scars worldwide. Essentially, I was not a bright kid. Well, I mean, I was clever apparently, but I wasn't very bright. So again, this is a very small one, so you probably won't be able to see it, but there you go, that's it. Yeah, I just straight up stick my finger into a pencil sharpener. Yeah, that's it. That's literally what I did because, yeah, I was a stupid kid. I don't even have a reason for it. I just did it. I was like, oh yeah, like then nothing bad can happen because my finger is like super thin and even thinner than a fucking pencil or whatever, or too thick. I don't know what went through my mind. I think I was goofing with a friend and he was like, oh yeah, nothing can happen because it's your finger and it only sharpens pencils, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try that out, and yeah. Bled like hell. It's still probably the most visible, the second most visible. We will check out the most visible scar in a second. Yeah, it's the second most visible scar on my body. It will probably never vanish and it was just plain stupid. But as I just said, that's only my second most visible scar because the most visible one is this one. Before you ask, no, that is not a birthmark, that is actually a scar. This is a burn scar, so it hurt like hell. And essentially what happened was that when I was 8, maybe 10 years old, I don't remember, like this age range, my cousin visited us. Yeah, like my adult cousin visited us with his motorbike. And that was a badass bike. And me being a little boy, I wanted to sit on that because that is super fucking cool for an 8-year-old kid. And essentially, I sat on that bike, or I was sat on the bike and I moved my legs around and I must have touched a part of the exhaust maybe, or I don't know, maybe I don't know how bikes work. So it was some part that was still very, very hot. So it was very, very hot steel that touched my leg. And that was not pleasant. And well, of course, it formed a huge-ass blister, and I remember distinctively having to go to a doctor. It might have even been like a specific burn wound doctor, I don't remember that, but like I had to go to a specific kind of hospital the next city over to get that blister poked open. Yeah, that was on top of everything that had happened in like the last few days from the burn onwards. That was not pleasant. And I kinda panicked, but I made it through, felt like the bravest boy on earth, and I still have the scar. So, yeah. I'm just very happy that doesn't hurt today. Like, I can touch it normally, I can just, I don't even feel it. It's just normal skin. Well, actually, I think that's all that I can name off the top of my head. Oh, talking about the top of my head, I should have one up here, but it's probably invisible unless I shave my whole head, because I once cracked my head open on an open window. We had like these huge kind of windows that you could like open all the way, and they would like go into the room, and I was a little kid. And I played underneath the window, and I jumped up, and I hit my head, and I think I even had to get patched up. Might have just glued together. Yeah, I think it was just glued together, actually. You can glue people. Did you know that? That is weird as fuck, but you actually can just glue people together. Like, maybe not whole arms or shit like that, but you can glue people. Okay. And with that absolutely useless tidbit of information, I'll leave you be. Make sure not to get too many scars. I've heard that injuries may be harmful for your physical, corporeal body. I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't want to test this theory out, and neither should you. Anyway, with that, I hope that I see you all tomorrow. Make sure to like and subscribe, and goodbye.
Nice.